Today we will review the Universal Geneve Polerouter sub watch, diving watch of the 60s. This is a very special development. For a time the Universal Geneve had been doing the Polerouters, and they started to develop this kind of diving watch. The case was specially reinforced, and this one is hard to find because it's an asymmetrical case. You know that this theory of like the shoulders of the Rolex Submariner were intended to protect the crown against any accidental tangling with some piece of equipment of a diver or so. This is the original glass, which has a cyclop lens, but the cyclop is not protruding. It is integrated in the acrylic crystal. And the watch also has a revolving bezel. These bezels on the time were only braked with a special wire washer inside, but they were not click stops, or they were not braked in any case. It was hard to move, but the bezel would rotate in clockwise or counterclockwise direction. One thing to note, this bezel is not traditionally growing to the clockwise system, but counting rearwards, like a countdown. This is meant because if you use a diving table and you have, for example, let's say 20 minutes bottom time, then the diver at the start of the dive would put, instead of using the dot, would use the 20. You got 20 minutes, then you start your dive and put 20 here. And then when the minute hand achieves the point, you must ascend. This was a different way of using the elapsed time bezel of dive watch. The other thing to note is the original bracelet. This stainless steel bracelet was manufactured by the Gay Frères, manufactured in Switzerland, but we can see that there already was a flip-lock type of bracelet. If we open the bracelet and we see the manufacturer mark, we can note this Gay Frères bracelet was done in March 67. This is pretty near of the production date of the watch, because I say pretty near because you cannot guarantee. The bracelets were external manufacturing, external suppliers for the Universal brand, and we only can ascertain or presume that the date, more or less the date, is where they fitted the bracelet, or they bought and fitted the bracelet, were in line with the production dates, more or less with the production dates of the watch. We can see here in red the Polerouter sub marking, the automatic, and the Swiss on the bottom of the dial. This is a typical high visibility dial with very legible markers on the 12, 9 and 6 point of the hour. And although the luminous substance is only one stripe on each index, and here you got the dots. The second hand is also hollow and has also luminous radium inside. So in all, a very nice watch to use. A famous micro rotor caliber of the Universal Geneve. It is a threaded case back. The micro rotor movement is number 169. This is a famous micro rotor model of the time. Obviously the watch is fully fabricated. It has an Inca block shock protection on the balance staff, and it has also this special issue on the escape wheel, which also has a bearing and a counter bearing, a counter ruby. This was meant because then the watch, the caliber 169, you see here, and as I was saying, the escape wheel has not only this counter ruby system, but also has a small shock protections. So if the watch would be very badly shaken or beaten, then in any case, not only the main staff here is protected, but also the escape wheel staff is also protected. For additional matters, the watch has a heavy-duty sealing gasket here, which is not an O-ring, it's a plain gasket. The O-rings were developed later on, and the crown has a dish, a stem of the push type, but it has a male-female adapter, so the crown could be changed, replaced if the water tightness was no longer good. Here you see this is the original crown here. So in all, a very famous watch of the 60s, diving watch of the 60s.